Hi, Brad from WordPressSites.net. If you want to know how to install a footer, add a footer to your Thesis site, this is a great tutorial to do that. I've already written a blog post about it on my site, WordPressSites.net. It's one of my latest blog posts that I've written yesterday, and it's very, very simple to follow. Thesis out of the box doesn't come with a footer, so you need to either purchase a skin, which is like a theme, which does include a footer and it's already been made for you, or you can just add it to the standard Thesis theme which you purchase. But here's the tutorial here, and it basically involves two steps. The first one is to add the PHP code, which will create the function for the footer, and that'll create three separate widgetized areas for your footer. And the second step is just to add a few lines of CSS styling code to the custom file editor, and all that's located in the back end of WordPress. So we'll have a look at that now. Firstly, here's a test domain that I just use for tutorials, and this has just got the standard out of the box Thesis framework. I've just installed it fresh. There's no footer, there's nothing being done whatsoever, no development whatsoever being done with this Thesis framework. So I'll show you, this is what it looks like now, and I'll show you what it looks like after we've installed the footer. Just as an example, here's a footer on my site. Mine's actually have 4 columns, so I've got 4 separate widget areas, and I've just added links in here for the different categories. I was going to add a custom menus here, but it'd end up I would have the same coloured background as my menu, which is this colour here, which wouldn't look too good down here. So I've just added a whole stack of different links from the different categories. Okay, the first step is logging to your WordPress dashboard, and in the back end here, in the back end administration under Thesis, you'll find the custom file editor. So click on custom file editor. Here we are here. You've got 2 custom file editors. One's for custom CSS, which is for the styling, and the other one's for custom functions, which is the PHP function code. So be very careful when you start playing around with PHP code. If you make a mistake, you're probably going to suffer the white screen of death, and it's not a nice feeling the first time you see that. You just can't locate your site, and if you don't know how to fix it, it's a big problem. So I strongly advise you to fully back up your site before you attempt this. If you've only just installed Thesis and you haven't spent any time developing your site, then no problem, you've got nothing to lose. So all we do is paste a bit of code in here, and the position to paste that will be at the very end. So we'll just hit enter a couple of times and put a couple of spaces between the last line of code here, and then we'll go back to the site and get the code. Here's the code here on my site, on the blog post that I've just written, so you have to copy and paste that. I've just pasted it into a notepad. Whenever you're copying code out of a site, always paste it into notepad first and get rid of any formatting or whatever. So we'll just paste the code in there into the PHP functions, custom file editor. Click on save, and now we'll add the CSS code. I've just copied that CSS code from my site, so we'll go into the custom CSS now, and we'll just paste the CSS code into the CSS custom CSS file editor. So we'll go down the bottom here and make sure you go below this little star and little dash there. Paste that in. It's only the first 2 lines of code that'll work. The other 3 are there in case you want to customize the footer yourself and change the font size or the background color. So we'll just click on save, and we'll just go to the front end of the site now and have a look at the new footer. So here we are here. We're back at the front end of the new Thesis installation, and if you go down here, here we have the new footer. We've got 3 widgetized areas, and you can put anything into those widgets. You can drag any widgets into those widgetized areas, and you've got your footer there. So it's a great footer. If you go to appearance in your dashboard and click on widgets, we'll just go and have a look at that widgetized area now. And here we are in the widgetized area, and you've got the 3 widgets here, left, middle and right. So there you have it. It's pretty simple. If you get stuck, all the information's on my site, WordPressSites.net. It's a pretty straightforward Thesis tutorial. Cheers.